So it was a game of two halves. Why was it a game of two halves? What was the difference with the first half and the second half? Why were we so horrible in the first half and brilliant in the second half? Let's hear what Coach Al Grimson have to say about that.
First half, give them credit. They played a really, really good first half. There was power in them. Then we tweaked the tactics and matched them, especially in the middle. I think we did better and better as the first half progressed. And then we got this second goal, the penalty, by the end of the first half. So 2-0 halftime. We had nothing to lose, so we went all in. Put the line higher, pressed higher. And I think we played a really, really good second half. Scored one goal early, which was important.
So you would have heard the reason from Al Grimson, from the coach's perspective, why it was a game of two halves. Now, in the second half, he said, push the line higher, a little more attacking players. We had a better second half. Which means, so all of those persons who are speaking about Al Grimson don't know tactics. Flawed. Welcome back, people, to MG Sports TV. Thank you very much for joining. Massive, massive respect every time, all the time. If you feel free to, you can hit the like button, you can hit the subscribe button if you want to. You can most definitely share the content if you wish to do so. Also, there's a link in the comment section at the end of the video. At the end of the video, you can most definitely support us by buying us a coffee. Now, Al Grimson just put to bed the whole aspect of him don't know tactics. I don't know about coaching. So obviously, he knows what is happening. Now, there are some aspects of the game that I'm going to touch on. I will discuss in the Al Grimson video that I just posted. But there are some aspects I need to touch on. One, penalty. Two penalties in the game. We got one. The Ecuador team got one, and also the Ecuador team got one, which means Ecuadorian team got two penalties. Can you imagine? Two penalties in their favor. One which should have been ours, they got it. They literally robbed us of a penalty. Not Ecuador though, but the referee. Now, let me touch on this. For ever since I've been watching the Reggae Boyz scene, we have no justice with South American referees. None whatsoever. We always get a harsh, real harsh deal. So it's not surprising. It's really not surprising. Whenever we're partaking in these type of competition, we always get these harsh deals. Very, very surprising. Two penalties. Similar nature of penalties. And not only that, surrounding the penalties, allowing the referee to go and have his own review of both penalties, and the referee came back with one in favor of Ecuador and the next one still in favor of Ecuador, which should have been ours. Now, let me tell you, from my perspective, Hector toe poking the ball to Lembikis, and it was Lembikis or Palmer. I think it was Palmer at the edge of the box. Player hand was up, ball hit his hand, hit his face. That's what I saw. In slow motion, hand, face, hand, face, hand, then face. That's what I saw. And I'm telling you, referee went there. There was actually a better angle, and I didn't think they showed the referee the better angle. But it came off his hands first, then his face. And people are going to say, boy, he hit his head first, then hand. No, his hand, then head. And one, his hand was in a natural position. Red flag. Ball hit his hand. Red flag because the player tried to pass the ball out. And it stopped one play. The ball stopped one play. When the ball hit him hand, it stopped one play because it was toe poking the ball out at the edge of the 18 yard onto Palmer to get off a shot. So it stopped a play. So these are all circumstances which would have led VAR to say, no, come and have a look for yourself. In the natural aspect of football, 99.99% of the time, when VAR send the referee to the monitor to have a look at a situation that they are unsure of, That they don't deem clear and obvious, or they're not sure. 99% of the time, the referee said, "Hey, it's a penalty." All right, that's the decision. No, for some reason, maybe Jamaica don't have the resources, we don't have the big money, we don't have the fame, we don't have the hype, we don't have the glory behind our name. But I strongly believe that the referee cheated us, especially at that point in time, to equalize the game. At that point in time, to equalize the game. And I thought that right there and then, we were fairly. Can you imagine you get fairly robbed? Let me tell you why it's fairly robbed. Because everybody has seen it. Everybody says, hey, this wrong. We're criminally robbed people. Big time we're robbed. And the good thing about it is that the whole world was there to see it. The entire world was there to see it. And to make a discussion. So that's the good thing about it. But the bad thing is we didn't get it. And it actually cost us. Because at that point in time, we were pounding the Ecuadorian team. We were pounding them. We have boxed them up. We have kicked them up. But, in all fairness, stop. Alright, now, let's move on from that. Two goals in the first half. Remember Al Grimson, in the pre-match press conference leading up to this game, he did say that he did not want to concede early. So most of us said that, alright, he's going to go on a more defensive structure. We were worried about that because we had nothing to lose in that game. So why go in a game like that so defensive-minded? Knowing Al Grimson, knowing the coach that he is, he will go into these games defensive-minded. As Reggae Boyz supporters, we have a problem with that because we believe that our team can go out there and attack and get at the opposing team. But Al Grimson deemed that, you know what? Defense at this present moment is the best way to go into this game because they are a good team. Alright, fine. Game start. Now when the game start, we realize, hey, Ecuador are really a pressure way. Very physical. Fast out of the block. First ball, second ball. It's all theirs. Really pushing us back in our own half. We're doing a lot of defending. My problem is that we're in a low block. We had no out ball. Now, if you remember the goal that Ecuador scored, in the last goal they scored, when they were in their low block, and they hit the ball to the wide areas, to the attackers. That's what I thought we should have done. If we had a sprinter on the pitch, and we said, no, we are in the low block in the first half, and whenever we receive the ball, we hit it in those channels out wide, and try getting behind, we could see some glory, just like how Ecuador scored their third goal. I thought that our low block would be somewhat similar to that. Our low block was Mikel Antonio defending, Shaman Nichols defending. So once we get the ball, hit the ball out, you go right back to Ecuador team. And they come back at us. So it's like a waves and waves of attack. They got their early goal. Just quite unfortunate. A deflected shot, a deflected cross. Dropped it back at it. Very unfortunate. On a normal basis, that's not necessarily going to score, but that's how it is. That's football. When you apply pressure, you force errors. And errors is what leads to goal most 99% of the time. Errors are what normally lead to goal in football. They get the first goal, they feel good. We were slightly still in it, still a defender under the coach. We start push forward. The game start opening up a little bit because they now have their goal and they have something to hold on to. The game start opening up a little bit. Boom, they get a corner. And head the ball down for Lebekisa. And in my view personally, I thought that, you know what? That was not necessarily a handball. Referee said, Ray, because me I said, boy, he was right here. And the proximity between the ball coming off, I play head and the hand, difficult to give. Now, funny thing, Lembiki's hand was right here. For our penalty call, the player hand was right up here. So hand up here, no penalty. Hand here, no penalty. A player would jump. In jump like this, hand here, ball touch here, penalty. Player jump like this, hand here, ball touch here, no penalty. So penalty here, no penalty here. So make that make sense. Now, second half now, as the coach said, in the video play the first half, in push the team high up, bring on an attacking change with actually a runner. We started to dominate the game. And then you're like, I never know Jamaica could play like this versus a South American team. We don't normally do that. We had most of the shots, most of the possession. First ball, second ball, we were winning every single thing. So I'm like, to myself, why didn't we start the game like this? It is obvious that we could have started the game like this. The average fan or the person who thinks that because we're not good and all they can say is that we're not good, them are going to say, if we start the game like that, Ecuador will score first. Who says that? You don't know. Why they never score when we were applying pressure on them? Why they didn't score in the second half when we were applying pressure? Yes, they scored in the latter stage of the game, in a transition and a counter-attack. But they did not score during that long phase when we had to keep on adding on attacks and put on attack, putting on attackers on the pitch and also attacking them. They did not score. We had all the chance during that time period, and during that same time period, that's where we got our goal, that's where we got the penalty, that's where we start getting some clear-cut opportunities. And we did not put them up, unfortunate, but we did not put them away. So finishing is something that we really need to work on. Really get off some shot even from 30 yards out. Need to have someone who can crack those balls. No, I'm upset with the coach as well, because I strongly believe that the coach could have went on into this game a little bit more attacking minded. And let's go for the kill. Let's make it toe to go to knife and go at each other. Let's toe to go to cutlass and go at each other. Let's just chop. And who chop the most, win. Who receive the most chop, lose. I say go, we have nothing to lose, nothing at all to lose. And he said that in the second half, we're 2-0 down and we had nothing to lose. So we went all in. No, from the start of the game, we had nothing to lose. We should have went all in from the start of the game. People might believe anything. If we can sustain 45 minutes of pressure and then in the second half, pressure the team for the next 45, it must mean that we are physically fit enough to sustain what we're doing in the second half. It must mean that because to defend is way more difficult. It takes a lot of time to defend. And if we can defend like that for 45 minutes, Ecuador start get tired from 30 minutes into the game. They start get tired based off how aggressive they come out. Match their aggressiveness. Match their intensity. We don't must concede. The mere fact that we concede is because we're so deep at defend. And we central midfielder, when a central midfielder down to the right back position and stop one crosser come in. Or central midfielder, possibly the one that's supposed to play a little bit high up the pitch, in Casey Palmer, in the right back position and defend. So that goes for sure. So we were so deep. We brain get clogged up. I wouldn't know what to do. We don't know how to come out. I'd rather just boot the ball out. And in the second half, when we start expand, push the line up higher, we start expand. We have more attacking players on the pitch now, more options going forward. Well, that's a different result. So I strongly believe that Al Gibson could have taken that approach from minute 1 of the game. I would just fight it out. If we lose, we lose. We go defensively and we still lose. We went defensively and we went 2 goals down in the first half. So when we went attacking, we score and start put them under pressure. So people are going to tell us that we need better players. Tonight would have seemed that our players, the same players only said need to be better. Dominated an Ecuador team will have so much players who we only see one a glass over. I never say me, because me rate my players them, and I think our players them have the quality to get the job done. But you have some Reggae Boy fan who are glass over every other team. Say them the team that better, them the team that this, them the team that. But yes, still where the worst thing exists, we don't have no baller, or baller can't control, or baller can't pass the ball. But the second half versus Ecuador would have shown a total different statement. So all of the things I want to say, nonsense. The second half of Ecuador team, all the way coach are saying in regards to, boy, I want to go be conservative or I have to be careful or calculated, nonsense. The second half versus Ecuador show with that. So we have the capabilities, we have the qualities to beat Ecuador. We have the qualities to beat anyone in the teams in the group. That's what it showed us. So everybody will tell me about we don't have no player can do this, we not no madness, nonsense. The second half versus Ecuador is a clear indictment of what we can do, but we don't try to tap into that potential. More so, if we're playing more defensively, we cannot tap into our attacking potential and hope that we score one goal and different. No. Even if you're going to defend at least 1 and 2 times, try hit some attack, calculated attack, as I say, we don't see that same way. Jaja Star. Anyways, See, if same people, me make a Lee and Bailey video earlier, right? People are telling me say they want to hear about the game. And them same people, now go and watch this. So, what they call it? It matter me. Anyways, overall, I think I like the second half. I think the second half showcased the quality that we have and what we can do. Really like the second half. If we approach a Venezuela game, like how we approach the second half, the Ecuador game, I think we can get something from Venezuela game. If we approach the second half of the Ecuador game as we approach the Mexico game, we could have gotten a positive result. We could have gotten something. If we approach the second half of the Ecuador game like we did for the first half, we could have gotten a result. That's what I believe. You would have shown, tested, and proven that is the case. So anyways, people, big up on yourself, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. This is some of our reaction, rant, analysis, whole lot of things in a one. But big up on yourself, people. More to come. I'll do a player review and all the things set up. Massive respect, people. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'll see you guys again. Until next time, MG Sports TV. Like, share, subscribe. If you don't, no, it doesn't matter. We're all good. Big up on yourself, people. We're out. God bless.